Hello, in today's video, I'll introduce you to the XEagle's flight operations and safety precautions. During flight, please keep in mind safety first and follow local laws and regulations. Try and choose an area open and unobstructed, away from large crowds, buildings, airports, and high voltage power lines. Also note, to maintain a visual, effectively control the aircraft, and ensure flight safety, set a range within 120 meters from the aircraft. On the XEagle aircraft, there are 4 LED lights. The front 2 lights are headlights, and the rear 2 lights are the aircraft status lights. When powered on, the aircraft status lights will flash red and blue, indicating that it is conducting a self-test. When the self-test is complete, the aircraft status lights will flash blue, indicating that it is searching for a GPS signal. When a GPS signal is found, the aircraft status lights will flash green, and the aircraft will then be ready for flight. This is the XEagle gimbal and camera. This gimbal and camera comes preset without the need for any manual adjustments. It is programmed to self-align and focus on the user. It comes with a gimbal cover to protect itself during transport. The camera supports recording at 4K at 24 frames per second and HD at 120 frames per second. It also supports 12 megapixel ultra clear image capture. XEagle Smart Battery comes pre-installed in the aircraft. We first remove the Smart Battery. Please read the Smart Battery flight safety guidelines before using the XEagle. On the Smart Battery, there is a power button and a battery indicator. To determine the battery level of the battery, press the power button once. To recharge the battery, connect it to a power supply with the cables provided. Inside the case, you'll find 2 sets of propellers, 8 in total. To install the propellers, screw the propeller on by matching the color of the propeller to the color of the motor. How does the X-Watch control the XEagle with one key? Well, the X-Watch is connected to the XEagle via a wireless signal. First, let me introduce you to all the buttons on the X-Watch. This is the power button. Hold down the power button for 4 seconds to turn on the X-Watch. Once the aircraft status lights flash green and a successful GPS signal can be seen on the X-Watch, hold down the takeoff button to begin flight. Once the aircraft is in the air, press the follow key for the aircraft to begin to follow you. The camera will always focus on you and be pointed at you. Press the follow key again to stop following. Please maintain a follow altitude above nearby obstacles. For safety reasons, we recommend that you maintain an altitude between 5 to 15 meters. Next button is the circle button. Press the button once and the aircraft will begin to circle you, keeping you at the focus. In hover mode, press the circle button for the aircraft to circle a point 10 meters in front of the aircraft. Press the circle button again to stop. This is the camera key. Press the button once to take a photo. On the display, the camera icon blinks once to indicate success. Hold the camera button down for 3 seconds to begin recording. The recording icon will begin flashing on the display. Press again to stop recording. This is the altitude control dial. When hovering or circling, hold the dial up or forward to raise the aircraft's altitude. To lower the aircraft's altitude, hold the altitude control dial down or back. When following, roll up and release the altitude control dial to raise the aircraft altitude by 1 meter. To lower the aircraft's altitude by 1 meter, roll down and release the altitude control dial. This is the annular position dial. When following, the annular adjustment dial can be rotated to adjust the orientation of the aircraft relative to you. This is the landing button. Press the landing button to cause the aircraft to slowly descend and land directly below. Press the button again to stop the descent. Hold down the landing button for 4 seconds for the aircraft to return home. If the altitude is higher than 15 meters, the aircraft will return to the point above where it took off and descend to the ground vertically. If the altitude is lower than 15 meters, the aircraft will rise to 15 meters, then return to the point above where it took off and descend to the ground vertically. To stop the aircraft from returning, press the landing button again and the aircraft will enter hover status. I will now show you the basic functions and features of the XEagle. To begin, hold down the takeoff button until the propeller starts spinning on the XEagle. The drone will ascend to 8 meters and await further instructions. Once the drone is hovering, to begin follow, press the follow button. To change the orientation of the XEagle, turn the orientation dial on top of the X-Watch to your desired orientation. To increase the XEagle's height, raise the altitude adjustment knob and release. The XEagle height will raise by 1 meter. To lower the XEagle height, lower the adjustment knob and release. This will lower the aircraft height by 1 meter. Once you have achieved your desired orientation and height, you may begin. For a circular pan shot, press the circular button once. The drone will begin to circle you, keeping you at the center. Even when moving, the drone will keep the camera focused on you and keep circling. To stop circle, press the circle button again. To begin recording, hold down the camera button. The recording icon will begin showing on the X-Watch display. This indicates the recording has begun. To stop recording, press the camera button again. When not recording, if you'd like to take a picture, press the camera button once. The camera icon will flash on the X-Watch, indicating a photo has been taken. To land the XEagle, press the landing button once. The XEagle will begin to land directly below. To stop the XEagle from landing, press the landing button again. If you'd like the XEagle to return home, that is the spot where it took off, hold down the landing button. The XEagle will raise to a height of 15 meters before moving to the spot above where it took off and land vertically. If you'd like to stop the XEagle from returning home, press the landing button again. Then choose a safer spot by pressing follow, and then moving around until you have found a safer spot for the XEagle to land. Once you have found a safe spot for the XEagle to land, press the landing button. That's all for the XEagle flight operations. Thank you for watching. For more information, please refer to the XEagle training videos.